Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is the 8th of August, 2026, and here are the top crypto stories. So let's dive into our episode. I'll remind you, dear audience, that today is the last episode, as there will be a week of hiatus. Have a nice summer to all of you. Moving on, we'll go to clarity, which, as you've probably already figured out, was not voted on. America did not pass the Clarity Bill before the August recess, pushing the legislation to September in the final weeks before the midterm election campaign takes up all the space. I'll tell you that again, we don't have great odds, because at that point politicians will be more focused on the midterm elections in America. But one possible scenario is that Trump may want to push it through in order to win favor with the crypto market, which helped him when he was first elected. Speaking of Trump, since we mentioned him, let's go to Trump Media and Technology Group, the American president's company, which has cancelled its plans to launch a capital management firm using the CRO token backed by Crypto.com, since that is its coin. The company also abandoned a broader digital assets deal with the firm. As the company stated, they cited prevailing market conditions and shifting business and stakeholder priorities as the reasons for this decision. So, for that very reason, CRO as a currency is down 8% on the daily chart. Continuing on, since we talked about exchanges, let's go to Bybit, which is suing North Korean hackers and the Lazarus group for $1.5 billion. Bybit, the second largest exchange in the crypto market, filed a civil lawsuit against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the RGB intelligence agency, and the Lazarus group, who were identified as the hacker group linked to North Korea and responsible for the theft of $1.5 billion from the exchange. But what they're really trying to achieve is that the order aims to preserve the identified stolen digital assets so the exchange doesn't lose them. Because actually getting money back from these actors is extremely difficult, as you can imagine. And since we're talking about breaches in the crypto market, let's unfortunately move to another problem, this time with BTCPay. The BTCPay Server warned users on Friday that attackers had exploited a critical vulnerability that could lead to theft of funds. They urged server operators to abandon version 2.4.2 and to verify that their server footer has been updated. Essentially, they need to perform an upgrade without including that version, as it appears to be problematic. I'll also tell you that the project credits the Bitcoin Red Team for discovering this vulnerability. This is the team we discussed in previous episodes, which found close to 5,000 problems across the Bitcoin ecosystem overall. However, BTCPay has not disclosed how this flaw works, when the attack began, how servers were compromised, or whether any funds were actually stolen. In other words, they haven't given us all the juicy details, as you can imagine. Moving on to our coins, we'll look at one coin for today, and we'll go to SUI, which is making moves toward post-quantum security. It is integrating two post-quantum signatures approved by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, allowing users to optionally adopt secure keys derived from existing recovery phrases, according to the latest announcement. The network has introduced MLDSA 65 as a native protocol signature scheme for everyday accounts. It has also added a superior signature scheme called SLHDSA, say 2128, which is hash-based, inside external Movi smart contracts for high-value treasury wallets. These are SUI's first moves activated on its blockchain to make the network more resistant to quantum computers. And of course, more upgrades will come in the future. Moving forward, let's go to our beloved crypto market, where Bitcoin is sitting at around $64,000 to $65,000 at the time I'm writing this episode. We also have news from the American economy. The US jobs numbers came out. The previous figure was 57,000. Last month, expectations were for 83,000 new jobs, while other reports cited 85,000. But what actually came in was negative 23,000 jobs. They haven't seen numbers like that since the pandemic of 2020, if you can believe it. This shows that the American economy is not as strong as some had expected. And this is actually good news for us. It helps us on the interest rate front, dear audience. Since the American economy appears not to be strong enough, with jobs being lost, something the Fed did not like at all, we now have a 5% chance of not seeing an interest rate hike in 39 days. And there is a 44% chance of seeing a rate hike. So we gained some ground there, but we still have 39 days ahead of us, and everything can change, dear audience. As for the American economy, other important numbers to watch are the year-over-year CPI on the 12th of the month, and the PPI coming out on the 13th, one day later. That wraps up the top news for crypto today is the 8th of August, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.